I had this shirt on originally back then. I had this shirt on while playing the PlayStation on Twitter. I I believe that it's unfair to have them like fucking belittle you, and then the chances are them like ever going back with the footage go to like go around place at random without telling like I'm gonna go to half. I go to Half Price Bookstore occasionally in Kansas. In the insulation of this house, you could hear in the middle of the room. There's a vent, like you could turn on the air flop thing, and it like blows out dust and shit. But there's like a thing on the roof where there's like a split, like in between the house where the front room is, where that didn't initially get fixed. Like the roof had got replaced, but it wasn't. That they had like 4 or 5 rows on thickness where you couldn't hear anything. Normally, you can hear all sorts of shit in the middle of the house, and that's why we turn up the televisions. I turn up the front of the television. I would be able to believe that people will call you Fozzie. I will walk past you, they could call you Fozzie Bodo and shit. Like I don't like anime like I used to when I was a teenager. You'd watch Adult Swim and watch the midnight block before the board and go to bed. I stopped watching it after they showed Gumball with the channel clicker and they go with the ball and this other nemesis of Gumball, the blue squirrel and the orange dude. I watched all that crap not on YouTube. I watched uh, that on Cartoon Network on cable back then, and I wrote to him. I used to draw all that stuff back then, and the original stuff I had drawn wasn't as good as the stuff I had back then. But I think like having the ability to draw crap and going and trying to have Sega possibly put it on the video game with the lockless monster, the lockless fucking monster thing with the dinosaur. I had drawn something similar to that, and then I had bought the Switch game, and I was like, well, they put that up in the thingamabob. I was like, well, I had the initial art drawn before that came out, so like I never had showed it off on Facebook. It was on there when I was someplace else. I'm not gonna like take. I already showed the art before. That's something you can't replace. So if you go somewhere, I put it with me in the car, and we're not even in the place, but for like a few minutes, and we get out, we go just buy a couple of stuff, and then I have a cell phone that I have that isn't. It says your fucking namesake on it. So whatever the fucking reason, you had the receipts posted all over like Facebook, and I posted on it. I thought I was muted. I thought I was muted off the platform, like not deleted, but it's like when you type in the videos, they're like muted off on desktop mode, and you click a section box that appeared on the you put everything up on social media, but then they get just as well mocked for the shit they be saying about people. And they going forth and he made a blooper. He can't go forth in the Strangers, Broad World, Odyssey, whatever the fuck. I initially played those games, and then going forth and getting like weirded out by the shit, like having to go forth and like you strain your vision seeing that on the screen. I don't feel like having to go forth if you buy something. It's on them to not fucking try to steal your cell phone device and put some other thing on there when you put money on a gift card and you buy something. I have an email that I didn't download to list off things that you did buy, off stuff that you have on an email list that you kept. You keep the email on, but I might not have the other apps. Like only have enough room for this apps that I have on there. So I'm not gonna sit there and feel like upgrading the shit if they're being crazy with your information, thinking they're the mafia with you and you don't have a mugshot. When you end up in somebody's backyard, when you end up going outside getting the mail, and then somebody starts like stabbing you with a box cutter, that's what I think is initially going to happen. You sit there and think this person's going to try to take your identity, and they have brown hair, and I don't have brown hair. I don't have brown hair. I have a fucking bald side of my damn face, and the raccoons make animals screech out loud. I hear that crap. I'm not going to go out there and investigate because you're supposed to go the opposite way of hearing the noise. You don't think like anything you have on people will, oh, I think I want that page, or oh, I think that page. They said some clear as day when I was playing on the PlayStation at work, but that was back when I was coherent, and I'm on medicine. I'm like heavily fucking on doctors' medication. I'm on medication for depression, and they have you put on something when they give you this four walls buddy. They put you like on all sorts of crap. I tried to wing off this shit, and it was the pharmacy's fault initially because the pharmacy wouldn't write out enough for the prescription to be placed at a pharmacy when you go to a pharmacy and pick it up. They wouldn't have no more pills at the supply box drop. When you go talk to the pharmacy, oh, we don't have enough pills for the whole entire time to be filled up again. You have to wait. I waited for like maybe 2 weeks or 4 weeks, probably like a month or so. And I tried explaining that to the case manager that I had back then, none of it makes sense to them, but it's all in perfect English. All of it's in perfect English, and it's all in writing. Like you can go back like maybe a year from now, and you have to put it in writing that this guy had somebody else call him while my appointment was going on. I don't mind that, but not every fucking time. And then this guy had put me on medication, which they had gave you an inject for him back in the day. So if I was more heftier, I was more like if I was more heftier and looked like Quasimodo, it was because I was on Respidol. And that shit, I was actually allergic fucking to that. Then they didn't believe I didn't have any aspects of any like like you experience side effects on that shit, don't you? You go forth and think people will make fun of you. I'm on like medicine. You try to wing off the shit. How the fuck are you supposed to get a job when they don't have jobs neither? And they're just mocking you and shit. I have enough for the payment, and I do live here. If you fucking have it on film, where you had the residency, proof of residency, you had proof of residency. When you put that on a debit card, a bank, or any of that shit, the bank teller even knew at that point in time what was going on, so he would help with the situation. So giving you the whatever the fuck bank account, it's been like 4 or 5 years, and going forth thinking like having them know that I had the book bag with all the crap with me. I showed all this shit off. I even had the phone. It was a completely different phone back then. It was at an office where I had the COVID mask on. I had the COVID mask on the entire time. And I went to one of the branches and talked to somebody in broad daylight in public where there's a bunch of people walking it out. And going forth and these people will walk past there. How the fuck did you get a debit card like that? It's because I had information and proof of this shit, and going forth with the information and proof was correct. And it wasn't somebody with brown hair. Like somebody goes in there with brown hair and a beard, they're gonna look crazy if I had looked younger than them, and had the PlayStation hoodie, where I was fucking pissed off at them going forth with a pair of scissors. They were walking past here saying I would die at Halloween. They would come and blast me if they see me out there by myself, or they would stab me with the box cutter trying to come in this house. That's why I say when I get the bail, and I'm thinking they're gonna like do something to me, and they're the ones out there causing riffraff themselves. And they did illegal shit by mocking them, saying it was Phil Borer, and I had the shirt on playing Vanquish, the robot game, on a live stream back then, saying that wasn't Phil Borer or any of those. I don't know. Mike Lopez never had a phone in which it says Ortega on the receipt. I posted all that shit and logged off there thinking that, oh, they're gonna somehow like take the profile and then do God knows what with it. Like it's logged off there forever. I sit there. Maybe they just like jealous that you have actually something going on for yourself, but then they do basically are on drugs real bad, and then they believe they blame you and go cry to the people. That drug shit was a dangerous method to be on when they're on street drugs. They could be on a bong and the water drains up from the bong and they toss the bong across the room thinking they're pissed off that they chose to sell drugs. They could be drug heads and be on meth real bad. I'm not making fun of people that sell drugs, but like I'm on medicine, but it's for the doctor who's writing prescription for you for whatever reason. You're on the medicine for various reasons of them fucking bullying you, and you get trolled by even get trolled by like the staff there at Truman. You go up in there, they go like think that you're gonna like be butt fucked in the ass and they write a letter saying, "Oh, this guy was trying to defend himself," and it really was trying to defend myself. If they say you don't know who the fuck you're fucking with, and you end up doing something that's like just going forward with a baseball bat and like whamming the card and denting it because they told you like messed up shit. Like before they even noticed that that happened, they're on your land saying you don't know who the fuck you're fucking with a lathe of plates. Well, the lathe of plates. Why the fuck they're from far out in Kansas? They just parked up and told you you don't know who the fuck you're fucking with. They from Canada. This Mexican lady with glasses dating some white guy, and his mom's from Kansas, or their mom lives in Canada, and they work at I don't know where the fuck they work at, but they just tell you all your business. They had somebody from Canada. How come the Rosenbergs didn't play that in Canada? They ain't that you go forth and hear these people. They have 9 to 5 jobs. They had 9 to 5 jobs, and they wanted the insurance money from the 9 to 5 jobs. That ain't their fucking money. I can't get sued by them because they're the ones making fun of me. I have some of this shit on proof on camera, and I told somebody that also knew that these people were crazy because you had proof of you're in a fucking yearbook. I was somebody in a yearbook that went on a vacation in Texas back in 2004, and this guy wanted me to sell his PlayStation device to the Justin Henderson and this Everett Greenlaw dude. This Everett Greenlaw dude had passed away. He probably got raped in the ass in whatever Texas getaway we went on because he kept going to the ER. He kept going to the ER. Kept going to the ER. I think that having anything that you post on social media come back to haunt you. If I had a blue camera, never had to be able to think they had a blue camera. These people will post butt ass naked on Instagram, like hoochie mamas will be butt ass naked on Instagram, and they think that shit's cute and funny when you make fun of them. But shit, they can't come back and really do anything. They can't sue you because the money isn't there under their name. And the amount that you get for the thing goes for pay. I am living here if I pay rent to them to be here, paying the money that I get for 4 walls. The 4 wall payment goes forth and it's a house payment. The house payment is for the 4 walls. People, they're 4 walls too. Everybody's 4 walls. They're just sitting there making, and they had where people just park. There's people just park there. I just park there. They just 24/7 too. This high V pop is fucking gross. It's like the disaster shit. Get out of the vending machine back in the day. I had this outfit on live streaming Vanquish and didn't die in the first. I didn't die in the Vanquish part of the robot mech shit. I played that crap, and I said I wasn't Phil Moore. I had the guy at the Kirby Bumpet got a Wichita fucking Academy Award of being able to talk to kids with Muppets. I'm not making fun of them, but they just go forth and think anything you post. They said if you made it famous, people that didn't like you from even anywhere, like you can go to a restaurant in Kansas at random. How the fuck did they even know who the fuck I am? If only like tagged maybe once after that, but in between that, like how I was like I went to Whataburger. I went to Whataburger and ate a sandwich that was probably partially was just malted with crap in it. And they probably spit. I don't know what the fuck they do. The food at the fast food restaurants. These people ain't getting paid enough to put a hamburger in a plastic bag and give it to you. They could probably throw it up in the air in the ceiling and probably wipe their knee and that's just great. They go one glove goes through all the people's meals and shit. So everybody gets tainted fucking food. Everybody eats shit. I sat there. It's not that bad, but I sit there with the same clothes that I had on back then. I wouldn't go and look up these places. Look you up back then. I wouldn't go to. I didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese in 2010. Like I thought Sanjaya was my friend's sister's friend from high school. I thought that celebrity Sanjaya the girls in Spider-Man: Homecoming was somebody that my sister knew at Chuck E. Cheese. That's why I make fun of all this shit. I don't know what the fuck. Like, you people will look you up, and then people on here because you hashtag Resident Evil, Residents of Evil. Like these gatekeeper people will like probably like taunt you down in like Russia, Romania somewhere, and like just because you're not the same skin color nationality they are, they didn't believe that you like fair enough to make able to like make a post about something, but think that you played that, but they don't think like it's whatever the fuck. Well, 15-minute live stream. Eventually, I log off this and then I detach the cookies, the browser history. The browser history probably has nothing bad on it. They call directly YouTube TV gets put out 68 $68, 86 whatever the fuck, 75. Sometimes it's 75. They got discounted because the channels were put like channel 9, and some of the football crap wasn't on the complete package of watching YouTube TV, and I just watch the YouTube part. I don't watch the Google, all the stuff. I don't really like, click on TikTok and get made fun of by that shit, thinking it's Whisper and Danny. And before I had the shirt up, playing Vanquish, I had people right underneath it, but I can't log into the account I initially had back then because I logged off it because I didn't want it somebody else taking the channel and doing something with it or going forth and delete. You can't get. I don't think it'll be deleted off there if they were concerned by you, and it was written directly by YouTube back then. They're not retarded if you have proof of them actually saying some of the shit and logging off of it. And they can't delete it themselves because they're not the person. They're not the person in the video. They're not the person posting it. I don't have brown hair. I had this shirt on back then playing Vanquish, that robot game. I don't feel like sitting there playing something on something if they're gonna fucking take a device and like plug in whatever the fuck it is. I log off of it with the internet attached to it, just watch YouTube and Netflix, and that's basically how it'll be. Then they can't go forth with somebody else's internet account that they pay out of a payment that didn't come out of their payment or didn't come out of their bank. It's not their bank, so they go forth and put it in somebody else. They can't do that neither because it's like you can't. They can't interfere with somebody else trying to make whatever the fuck. You get enough people. You get enough people on here eventually, like on YouTube. I got like 400 people, almost close to 400 people, and on Facebook, I had initially got like a revenue off that, but these people are psycho. How the fuck they read how the fuck they read your email attachments? When they're directly send it to your email, directly send something to your email under your name. They can't go forth with somebody's fucking email attachment. That's why I fucking logged off. And I'm always gonna be like valid. I'm always gonna be valid on that not YouTube, but on that phone device because I logged off the email shit I initially had for it. There's always going to be a valid email, but you can't log into the email for the Apple, but you can get a fucking code and recover everything up on the thing that didn't belong to that but bitch ass dude doesn't look. I don't feel like showing the artwork. I draw this shit going forth and thinking that people don't watch the live streams but watch the shorts. They watch the shorts. I'm not. It says as long as I didn't go to strip clubs and I'm not drinking alcohol and I'm not on drugs like they are. I'm not going to as long as I didn't go to strip clubs. As long as I didn't go to strip club and I have an ATM card. The ATM card only goes through a payment for a bill that doesn't there's a business, and I do live here. On Instagram, I'm on Instagram. On Instagram, post is popular enough where it'll appear on there if you type in the thingamabob. But I don't only post whatever the fuck I when I feel like it, and I'm not always on the shit like they think about. Like if you log off of it and look you up, it only shows for a certain amount of things. Going far for that long back on Facebook with Instagram tied into it, it went back to where just the amount of times that I go to a restaurant and get out of the restaurant, never go back to the restaurant again. Go to High View. You go to High View, fucking You say you're mental and shit. Hy-Vee's weird itself because you'd rather eat something at a buffet. But there's no buffet. There's no more buffet. There's no more buffets open. And the buffet that is open, you don't want to go that far for a buffet and wait a whole damn year to get in the damn door. You don't want to wait the whole line wraps around the buffet and there's only one buffet. There's no more buffets really. There is a buffet, but it's not worth going to it if it's far. I had a buffet footage back here on this YouTube channel where I only had the digital camera back then where I showed like a couple of seconds of it and going for I'm thinking I should go to a buffet from paper thin. I'm on fucking insulin. I'm on insulin for diabetes. Technically, isn't fraud if you can't like fucking see all the way. If you're blind and you start losing your vision, that's why I'm like playing these games all zoned out because I'm like half blind. Like it's blurry. You can see, but it's blurry. You have to squint. I could play this shit and go forth and probably do it, but why to accomplish something? This asshole is gonna put some other creepy plug and some other crap in it. But I don't think you can do that if you log off. If you log off, if you do live here, if they take a device and put some other asshole up on there, and they do that, they might get arrested too because you seen that guy that used to live stream that Alpha and Mega Sin. There was somebody living in an apartment, and I understood that living in an apartment. I left the apartment with the shit in there and didn't take it with me. I didn't take the PlayStation 4 with me. It's not worth fucking like having. And back then it wasn't on the internet connectivity all the way, but like having it 24/7 on something, somebody watching you, monitoring you, then going forth watching you closely enough. This big old dude or whatever fuck somebody else with brown hairs. I mean, there's like 50 people trying to like swoop in and say there's 50 people somehow on one side streaming this, and there's only one dude, but it only belonged to that one person. There's no 50 other people. You can hear that shit clear as day out loud playing that Avengers game. You're gonna get sued, and I never communicated to these people, so they go forth and they're just psycho. You hear that in clear as day. You hear them from afar. Live streaming that Avengers game. Some other dude from afar. You hear all sorts of shit. It's on the original page. I can go forth and bring up the original page, and they always tell you crap, and you never just that's supposed to take it up the ass is my defense. I don't know how the fuck else to explain it. The dude doesn't have the shirt saying explain it. I'm not Phil Board either. And I posted that playing the Vanquish game, the robot mech game from Sega, and whatever the fuck. I just didn't feel like playing through all of it. I beat the first part of it and going forward didn't feel like ever going thinking like you're gonna like put footage up and this asshole believes it's like that Tony Hawk Wasteland where Bam Margera and them go over a tank with the and they film it via helicopter. They end up taking the footage. It had an I had I'm not retired if I had a green sweater on. The green sweater I had a hotel room that we stayed at with family member, and this family member watched us play Tony Hawk back then on a memory card and games that we had played a video game console back then. But whether they have the footage and they're going to show the shit, or maybe the room was filmed. Maybe this room's probably filmed with the light bulb makes loud fucking buzzing sound, and that's why I always have the light turned off. Only when I live stream, but I don't want to look like if I turn the light off, I'm gonna look dark. I'm not Phil Bora. I have my bottom teeth, but going forward, I have basically cripple dude, and this dude that doesn't look nothing like me is more overweight. This is me. Going forward, I turn the light back on. If somebody else wants to fucking live stream with you, how do you incorporate somebody else if they're not going to pay you? If you're not getting paid, if they don't pay you at least $100 or buy you something like like it, YouTube doesn't like as long as you make like people that have some money, but you're just getting the money because they think you. It's just reasons that it's complicated. You go forward and had a head. They didn't care if you had a head concussion, but they wondered why you got money, and they wanted the money to get taken away from you. You had a head concussion, and you're going blind and shit. You have insulin needles, and you're diabetic. Now you don't see bad. I don't see bad. I'm not like I'm coughing, but I can walk around and listen to music and shit. And most of those people are thin, and then they eat like all sorts of crap. This dude going forth and eating like career fucking criminals. They get 3 meals a day. I might get lunch and dinner, but I don't eat breakfast. And when I do eat breakfast, it's like later on in the day. It's like midnight eating. Now they know your personal business. If this Cody dude, that Camelot, this Camelot dude, talked about somebody having a little dick. If they say that shit over and over again, eventually you could sue them for dismissing that shit of having like weird operations with no force of nature, them stopping the operation when you're 14. When you're 14, you went to school if you have a medical card from your parents' insurance that they have to put you on, and you have to go to therapy. And at the point in time in 2009 and 2010, I have a alibi not murdering John Paul Garcia if I was on Facebook saying all this shit on desktop. Like I had a photostamp copy of me directly on a PC in 2010, but the shit logged in on the PC, typing words on the PC. Now I was the only one on the Facebook thing, and the Facebook thing's still on there for a certain amount of time. That Sega Girl Adventures in Canada, this girl has bathing suits on, reading Bible books, butt ass naked and shit. They're butt ass naked on YouTube. She got banned too because they're butt ass naked on that. They're butt ass naked on shit. She got banned in Canada for that Sega Adventures girl. This IV pop is gross. It won't taste like fucking anything. They ain't diet pop is where diet pop will make you fucking like sweat like you fucking going forth and drinking diet pop. Diet pop is even nastier than. I could go ahead and show you what's in the book bag. You know, fucking people will like they'll take this going forward. Oh, yeah. Here's the education proof, the educational part. You're in a yearbook. Other people have yearbooks. I went to fucking Texas in 2004. This Everett Greenlog dude, somebody named Everett Greenlog, this dude that went to middle school with me, he didn't get the house. He ended up passing away, and I felt bad because I didn't know what the fuck. He went to the ER multiple times. They go to the ER room. I go to the ER room too, but I just don't think like I don't think initially there's nothing really wrong with you if you just go to the ER just to get checked up, and they never turn and cough. They never turn and cough. So I don't believe, even though I was diabetic, I didn't believe I had diabetes when they told me that because back then I didn't have the diagnosis and going forth. It's just I went to Donna Rosa in the Northland. I went to Donna Rosa, and this white bitch is Beasterista, the people that make the coffee. I think Madanani drawed. I think Evan drawed it. He didn't look like, and I fucking drawed this at hairdressers. I even drawed at Vogue Rehab. I drawed at Vogue fucking Rehab. I drawed like, so I drawed South Park characters at Vogue Rehab. They're gonna look psycho as fuck. Like you just think like for a second there. Right there. Right fucking there. It has fucking food items, fucking stains on it. Cause you fucking go eat out places. I took it with me back then because I don't think it's fair to have something with you that you can't full on replace the fucking thing that you drawed. And this asshole will sit there. You have proof of this shit. They don't feel more that Gilbert didn't draw it. Gilbert was up in jail because they do crazy shit to people. And violence won't solve anything either. But that they said that violence wouldn't solve anything. Violence doesn't solve their issues either. If all they do is talk shit about people. And I do have an education. I was a grant writer for the Royals after 2004. They ain't there. Do too live here. Their dogs ain't barking. They gonna have proof of this shit, ain't there? I really did draw it if it's fucking Dragon Ball Z. I played Dragon Ball Z in an app. My voice doesn't change. Here's people making footy in the background. It wasn't that loud, but he had like five roofs attached to one thing that got replaced before 2001 off insurance that isn't there, like having a claim put on saying that the roof needed to be replaced. And they did that before they changed the company, whatever the fuck they had State Farm, but State Farm put a roof on this house. Right there. I could put I could put all this shit down on there, and I made fun of those people that said go crazy shit about somebody. It's on there, and they can't forfeit. They might be able to delete the second page, but the first page, the first page, the first. I have a mole inside of my face. I have this birthmark, and I have long fingernails. If you have defenses. If somebody says they're gonna break in, how come they don't break in their shit? How come they don't break in their house or the other ones with the shit they're able to fucking say they're gonna buy an Xbox Series X and plop in all your games and probably can't backwards compatible with them? No. I do too have some. They ain't there. They ain't fucking there. The home can't be taken away if you don't put the house on sale. As long as they don't come up and kill you and then forcefully take a phone device with the banking app with all that information on there. The phone doesn't belong to no fucking David or Birdshaw or the guy with the brown beard that might be stalking you on Instagram. They can stalk you on it. They looked you up on Instagram. They looked you up on Instagram somehow, and after that, I don't know why the fuck they somehow if you type in your phone number, I just synced the phone number, and I ended up taking the phone number off the fucking page thing for the two verifications that's on there, but the phone device fucking creeping on your phone. They could try to call you up when the time comes and last there, and they're gonna answer the phone with their psycho. But ain't there? I didn't get voted over to Vanquish. You're gonna beat that part up in there with fucking played it on the PlayStation Network. It's still on there. They can't come and do something to something they need to. I got these pair of socks. I went to you go to the Harris Casino. The dude got a job at the Harris Casino. At the Harris Casino, we paid like $200 just to stay there because we're tired of just being there. And the shower here doesn't. The shower here, you have to use a hose attached to a faucet thing. In a bathtub, they have to like scroll the two doors. That's gonna be a bitch to remodel that shit. They just can't just. I doubt they can yank it all out and do all that because the plumbing isn't good. And I think that if you take a shower here, you have to put the bath water on a faucet thing attached to it. The faucet thing, the spigot thing falls right off the damn fucking hose. I doubt they have to go through walls and ceilings and shit. I mean, that's what freaking that technical savvy to like go for. Trying to. I don't have a wee bit of education. I had this in middle school. I fucking had a Dragon Ball Z watch in middle school that I had. I graduated from the shaft fucking a yearbook shown, and it's so crazy. That person from middle school in California, we'd probably murder the dude at 4 in the morning if you think that if it was them, that ain't my fault because they had no school education. Didn't think that this folder is for real. It's real folder. I don't have child support. It's so stupid. I had to Google Fiber can tell you that you didn't have anything. Like illegally fucking looked at if we fucking called go if we called Google Fiber on, on the fucking telephone. Like I think it had COVID. COVID's a bitch. COVID will make you fucking start vomiting and shit. You fucking don't feel good because I ate crap. You start vomiting and put the goddamn police will sue them. Ain't that this folder has a whole bunch of stack of art. It says fucking where did it get David and Tina and Ortiz ain't Ortiz either. Ain't no fucking Ortiz. I have to put the damn folder back and the whatchamacallit. I have an eye appointment. Eye appointment. Universal Health. I went and played the Dragon Ball Z footage of this shit. They said it doesn't change that bad. No, that's why I said I was blind on the phone. Rabies. We call the fucking rabies. Rabies and shit. They stole water house. It's fucking. Ain't there? I have this book bag. I fucking have to take with me. Because I have my personal belongings. You can't. You can replace. You can replace. You can replace the electronic. Ain't there? Ain't fucking there. They get posted out if I had the shit in Vegas back then. Let's see what. I have to take all this with me and fucking take the hospital's weird. We're gonna have to pick you up and going for an appointment and you fucking can't see. You got vision issues and you don't feel good. I fucking ate something and I don't feel like they fucking made it right in front of you like they did at like Subway. If you go to Subway, they make that shit right. They ain't fucking there. This between you and that whoever the fuck that sees this, the little Jeremy dude works for Channel 5, right? Javier did have this shirt on playing Vanquish back then. Going forth and thinking that anything you right there, right there, maybe fuck it there.